You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Hey, you're listening to Adulting with Horses, the best place to be if you can't be at the barn. We are your co-hosts and equine authors, Heather Wallace and Natalie Keller-Reinert. As crazy horse girls, we don't take ourselves too seriously in the saddle or out. We celebrate the things that make us different. Join us as we talk about horses and pop culture and get a little weird in a fun way. Thank you for being a little weird with us. Natalie, we've decided it is out there in the world that 2025 is the year that shit happens. And I mean good shit, like good shit.
Oh, yeah. This is the year shit happens. I actually did pick out a word for the year. I don't know if you do this.
You know, actually, my daughter's therapist had me do something for that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You want to know? Well, it wasn't a single word. It was like an affirmation that I will live by for the year. And it was find peace where you are.
Okay.
And I thought that was really great because I have a tendency, I don't know, you might have noticed, to overthink things that might happen in the future. So I've been focusing on just kind of being where I'm at and just focusing on the thing that is happening currently, being in the present. And so I thought that was wow, a really good kind of verification that I'm on the right track.
Yeah, I think that thinking ahead, which is definitely my thing, and it's probably a lot of writers' things, is probably rooted in survival mode.
Yeah, right? Trauma response. I feel like everything we do is kind of like a cry for help.
It absolutely is. I think just having a podcast is a cry for help.
Riding horses has been determined to be a trauma response. So yeah.
That's great. It's good for us.
Welcome to my personality.
Things went wrong. It's fine. I just did a word, so I don't have an affirmation. I just have a word, but my word is grow.
Okay. Yeah.
And I am imagining my word, I have a picture for my word, which is just, I have a sapling tree and it is going to grow branches. Mm-hmm. And I have 3 specific intentions for the year. And those are the branches that I want to grow many little twigs and leaves and berries and acorns and things like that. So that's my 2025 word, grow.
I think about how much you've grown so far, between the books and your business and everything. And I'm you're basically a forest at this point. So good for you to have, because, we're always learning and growing, right? That's the goal, is to always be a little bit better than we were before. Because we're not dead. Life is about living and growing and learning. So that's a really good one.
Yeah. Last year I really focused on abundance, and it was just because I was pulling things together.
Yes.
Right. And I was restarting my business anew and just all of putting pieces in place. And this year I have these very specific writing goals that are all meant to sort of move me as a writer in different directions. So I'm really excited about all of them. I made no horse goals.
I can't make a horse goal. Although
I don't want to.
Well, what I did was last year I made the goal of doing the IEA. I've done one. I joined and I did one show.
You did.
I did. It was a sub. I mean, I accomplished the goal. Could I have done better? Sure. But I don't think life allowed it. But I got there. But I think my goal for 2025, because of just the chaos of 2024, is peace. That's my goal, is to peace with myself, peace with my family, peace with my home, peace. And Lord knows I feel the most peaceful at the barn, and I really haven't gotten a lot of that this year. So my goal is just peace.
I really feel I don't want any strings attached to my relationship with the horses. And if I have a goal, then I have to walk out there thinking, well, what am I going to accomplish? Well, what I want to accomplish is enjoying some time with my horses.
Yeah.
And my riding goal, if I really had one, it would just be, I want my horse to be relaxed and happy. And so everything I do is working towards that. And everything, if anything good comes of that, if showing comes of that, or if it doesn't come of that, either way, if my horse is relaxed and happy, maybe I can relax and be happy.
And there's something to be said where a lot of times, right, when you set these intentions and these goals that are so specific, you're really kind of closing the door on some opportunities that might happen outside of that might actually be better for you.
That's
so
true.
like, why limit yourself and tell the universe what's supposed to happen, right? Like sometimes just letting go, and we both know that like letting go is a recurring theme for my trauma response. Just letting go of control and just like saying like, you know what, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm going to take it as is. Like that's such a powerful thing. And I feel like this year I really had to let the horses go quite a bit, and I felt so much guilt over it, but I still like I needed it at the same time just for my mental and physical health. That I'm excited to see kind of what 2025 brings, because I don't know, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with that. I've got exciting new beginnings happening, and I'm not going to limit them.
Yeah, I had to learn to give up control in 2024 after really enjoying being in control of every aspect of my life.
That is true. You were tested.
It sucked, but I'm happy about all of the outcomes. So.
Right.
It was a rough year.
When you're in it,
learning those lessons were hard.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody say that 2024 was the year of karmic lessons, and I really feel that because it was a rough one. And I'm not super into astrology or anything like that, but like I'm a big fan of new beginnings. The new year is a great excuse to kind of like hibernate. I always talk about how winter is like hibernation and rest season, and just like focusing inward a little bit, so that way you can kind of set off on a new year with a fresh perspective. Yeah, that is.
There's a lot of power around everybody celebrating change at the same time. So
yeah,
you've got the vibes.
I'm all about the vibes, and I'm excited because like around the time that this airs, I'm going to be closing on the sale of my Vermont home, and I will be able to start looking for a new place to live, which is both exciting and scary at the same time, because I've never lived on my own. Like I've always had roommates, and I've been married for 22 years, so I'm excited. But
I think you should just like get 1 million pets.
Crazy cat lady. Hello.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And then I think you'll really enjoy your extra space.
Oh yeah.
But you're also going to be like, I need to cover this sofa with animals, and then just flop in amongst them.
A cuddle puddle for the win.
Yeah. Yes. Like who needs blankets when you have dogs and cats?
Well, and I'm going to be sharing custody of the dogs, but we have like 2 senior dogs, and one is not doing super hot. So I'm just kind of a little nervous about that. But he's also the one that eats cats. So, I will be waiting for that. But yes, I will probably be getting a cat, because they are a little bit more low maintenance and something I can have with me all the time to snuggle up with.
Yeah.
If they're anything like my barn cats. But my old cat was like a terror. We were talking about him the other day. So I'm going to need to vet the quality of their cuddles before we adopt.
Yeah, we had to go cat cafe because we had 2 terrors in a row, and I thought cats. People are like, "Oh, cats are the best pets." I'm like, cats are nightmares. Who would ever choose to have a cat? But there was something drawing me to have a cat, so I went to a cat cafe and tested Snuggles. Yeah. And now I have my little snuggle bun on the bed.
Oh my God, he is too funny.
So cute.
Well, there is something to say about the animal does sometimes choose you also. So we do have a really amazing, it's called Catsbury Park down in Asbury Park. And a friend of mine used to like help fundraise for it and stuff. So like maybe that's what I do when I'm ready, and we'll kind of see. But yeah, I'm just getting lost in the whole like idea of like how I'm going to decorate. Of course, I don't have a house yet, but I need to think about something. And so this weekend, now I realize that I have this like fun party girl persona, and I'm fun, but I very rarely go out and socialize because I'm always with the kids or I'm working, right? This weekend, I am collecting some work friends, barn friends, and my sister-in-law. And we're all going out for this big girls' dinner, and then we're going to go dancing, and we're going to blow off some steam before my divorce mediation. I'm so excited.
Wow. That sounds exciting.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm going to stay in so hard this weekend.
Yeah, you're not invited because you wouldn't want to come anyway.
I am so wiped out from holiday stuff. I'm just going to snuggle up at home under my fleece blanket because it's going to get so goddamn cold in Florida.
What, 60 degrees?
No, we're supposed to have like record cold in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Like possibility of light dusting of snow, maybe. Just horrors. Just
The world
horrors
is
waiting.
ending.
And it's already going to start. Like we're going to have some nights in the 30s this weekend too. And I'm just like, stop. And it won't stop.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it's just January, and then February it starts getting warm again and the wildflowers come out and butterflies return. That's my dream. I'm hoping. I just have to survive January, maybe.
We had like an Uno reverse situation because I actually just posted a video. I got on my horse for the first time in 2 months. It was 57 degrees on Sunday.
Yeah.
And so
you get the warm front and the cold front, just like we're getting. Like you're getting the same yo-yo weather that we get in Florida in the winter.
Yeah, but
because it was like almost 80 yesterday.
So. Oh wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're used to the cold. We were up in Vermont, and it's funny because Vermont like hits different when it's cold. Like, I'll give you an example. So we brought all these teenagers up, right, to like one last big hurrah, the cabin, and some of them had never been to Vermont before. The weather was pretty cold on Friday, but it was sunny. And then Saturday was like 30s and nobody was wearing a coat, right? Like nobody, like everybody's in their sweatshirts. It's like warm for Vermont, right? Like it's like January in Vermont. We're all wearing just sweatshirts and, all that fun stuff, maybe with like a cap or whatever. And then you get down here and it's 30 degrees and everyone's bundled up in like 17 layers. So it's just like you're in your mind, you think it should be colder. So 30 in Vermont feels warm, right? Like it's
probably a lot more damp in New Jersey too, and the damp matters.
It is a little bit more humid in New Jersey, just period. Yeah, because Vermont is a little drier no matter what time of year. So there is probably that, plus the wind. Like when you're in the valley, the wind doesn't get you as much as like we're on the coast here in New Jersey, right by the ocean. So the wind is horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, my pony was seeing ghosts in the woods,
It has been really damp here for the past like week or two, like 80-90% humidity sometimes. And when the temperature's in the 50s and the humidity is 90%, that's cold. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, it gets in your bones is what I say. Like when it's damp like that, it gets in your bones and then you have to like go home and take a bath or a shower and then just wrap yourself up in as many layers as you can and then just like stay like that for like the foreseeable future.
Burrito. Yeah.
Burrito it, baby.
Burrito up.
Exactly.
A burrito would be so good.
I did not have burrito lately.
I haven't either.
Like maybe we're due for a little bit of Mexican.
I don't know. So. Just all of a sudden, like, oh.
You're making me hungry. Yeah, no, weather. Why do we always talk about weather?
Oh my God, every single episode. I think I probably bring it up the most.
Oh, we're so boring. We could really count on us to really.
Let's talk some weather. Talk some bugs if you want. Want to talk some bugs?
How about actually, I would like to talk about. I would like to talk about judging other people as equestrians. I think that's
winning.
I think that's I'm the queen of this segue.
I
think that's a great shift. And I've been seeing on my TikTok, which I'm a big fan of scrolling, is the TikTok trend, like the wow beeping.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that beep?
It wasn't. It was in
your ear.
The tech. Yeah, it wasn't like an external noise.
I mean, I heard it, but I don't think it was recorded. I'm trying not to shock you.
Oh, good. Hey, everybody.
I'll stand back.
I heard a terrifying noise just now.
Her left ear is ringing. What does that mean? Someone's talking badly about you.
Well, my right ear is always ringing. It's ringing right now because I have terrible tinnitus. Yeah. But so we don't judge, except we do.
So it's like, we listen and we don't judge trend. And so I was thinking, how fun would it be to do this, and we can share some of our personal ones and then intermix that with some anonymous ones from our clubhouse. So like we'll read it from the clubhouse as if they were ours, so nobody gets called out.
We are embodying you, clubhouse members.
We will pretend to be you, and the likelihood of us doing some of these things is high.
Very high.
We can all relate to a lot of these. Especially because of all the comments in the clubhouse, like how fast they were coming in and people were commenting on each other's, being like, "Oh, I totally do that."
Yeah.
So, okay. So I'll start.
Okay.
We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes when I'm, at the barn. I'll be grooming the horses and I'll forget to wash my hands and I will go ahead and eat my lunch. And I don't care. Right? Like, I have dirt, manure under my finger. I don't care. I just eat it.
Listen, friends, that's what the horse's water bucket is there for. Give your hands a good rinse. I rinsed my hands in the water trough yesterday. It's not a big deal. Then I went directly to Disney World.
You gotta say that. We listen and we don't judge. I wash my hands in the horse's water bucket.
Oh, I thought that was just a related sentence.
It is
Look,
related.
I'm not good at
play
trends.
the game, Natalie.
Okay, we listen and we don't judge. I consider washing hands in the horse's water bucket to be clean enough. Thank you very much.
Okay. There you go. Okay. We'll get it eventually. All right.
Yeah.
We listen and we don't. We take turns. Stop trying to steal my thunder.
Oh, so I just went. So now you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go.
So we listen and we don't judge. I call out of work sick, but I still go to the barn.
Yeah.
Told you these were very relatable.
Sure. Okay. So we listen and we don't judge. I will wear the same breeches if I need to every day because those are the comfy breeches, and sometimes the air temp hits just right, and I need those.
I think that's fair. I mean, it's like jeans, right? They don't really get dirty until you wear them a couple times.
There's like a whole school of thought that you don't wash jeans, which is really disturbing to me, but I'm not supposed to judge, but I am. That's weird. Wash your jeans.
Okay. We listen and we don't judge. I pay the board before I pay my rent or mortgage.
We listen and we don't judge. I'd rather spend time with horses than members of my own family.
I feel like that one needs a snap, right? Like an agreement. All right, this one is we listen and we don't judge. I pay my vet bills before I pay my own medical bills.
We listen and we don't judge. I say I'll be at the barn for an hour, but I know I'm going to be there for at least 3.
Yeah. I think 1 hour is just not underestimating everything. Like that's 3 is the minimum, I thought.
It really is. 3 is the minimum. That even includes me just walking out my back door. If I'm going to ride, that's 3 hours of my life.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think we're not judging, but I think
we
need to underestimate our time there on that one. All right. We listen and we don't judge. I use my yearly bonus to buy new riding gear.
What else would you
What else would you use it for, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. Gee. I guess some people don't have related. Yeah, a lot of these are money related. Here's another one. We listen and we don't judge. I set aside horsey fun money from every paycheck, but I put my bills on a credit card.
That's right. Get those points.
Get those points, people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's free money. Use it.
All right. Free money, yeah. As long as pay it off the next month so you don't get interest.
Yeah, obviously. That's what makes it free.
Exactly. Okay. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, here's another one. I don't wash my riding pants unless there's visible dirt on them, and that could be after several days of wear.
You know what? I don't even go that far. I'm very jealous of you. Mine always have visible dirt on them, and I do continue to wear them. I have dark sand. I'm a very dirty person.
That's the nice thing about me having a Sandorina. It's like a true Sandorina. It just wipes right off.
Yeah. No, I've got good old-fashioned Florida sand that
unless it's
digs
Delight
into the fibers. It goes nowhere.
Delight likes to take a bite of his wet mash and then rub it all over me. Like all over me. As he's like finger painting,
I've got one for that. All right. We listen and we don't judge. My polar fleece jacket is absolutely covered with spit from my horse rubbing on me, but I will still wear it to the pizza place. It's disgusting.
we listen and we don't judge. I always taste the horse food and treats. I'm just gonna be real honest here and say that is not my personal. That's a Clubhouse one, okay? Like I don't want anyone to misconstrue that.
Oh,
I'm not judging you, but you know who you are, okay?
Oh, that's really great.
Oh my god.
We listen and we don't judge. I don't brush well. If there's caked on dirt, I'll brush under the saddle. But the rest, you're fine. Now, I know I have a reputation for being judgy about grooming.
No.
But I am not judging now.
Because we're listening.
We're listening.
We're a safe space right now.
It's a safe space.
Safe space. Okay. We listen and we don't judge. I use my horse as an emergency excuse to get out of anything I don't want to do. I can't tell you how many times my horse has choked, colicked, threw a shoe, and impaled herself, or ran into a fence over the holidays.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this
Totally
is a relatable one.
Totally relatable.
I have invented some real disasters. I have an inventive mind, as do horses, and I'm very good at worst case scenarios.
Accidents happen, and everyone knows horses are kind of silly. So, yes, we're going to go for that. And nobody really knows, right? You could say your horse impaled herself on a shoe or lost a shoe or something, and your horse could be barefoot. Nobody knows. That's the genius of it.
The shoe could have just been in the field.
Absolutely.
Or it could have been a high heel. It could have been a woman's shoe that was thrown into the pasture by a disgruntled neighbor. There are so many possibilities.
I've seen weird things in my paddock that I really don't know where it came from because we're enclosed by woods. I have no idea where it came from. But you know what? We're going to go with it.
We listen and we don't judge. I say my horse bites, hates children, and will attack to prevent random in-laws or family members who want to use my horse for pony rides. I'm going near my horse.
I can completely relate to that because I say that about Delight too, because he just doesn't like people, so I always tell everybody he bites. And he used to, but the truth is he's just judgy of people and he doesn't like them. So
yesterday at Disney World, there were some ducks running around this lakefront restaurant I was at, and there were some kids that wanted to chase them. And the cast member said, "Oh no, the ducks bite, the ducks bite." And I have my hand out to the left where the kids can't see me, and I'm feeding a duck lettuce on my hand. It's like, ducks really can't bite you. They don't have teeth. Ducks bite.
I will say, okay, we listen and we don't judge. I am terrified of chickens and geese because those motherfuckers love to chase me and attack me. And there's this one barn I go to where the owner is like, just like get in their face if they come at you. And they come at you together with hissing with their wings out. And I'm sorry, I'm terrified of. I'd rather face down a charging stallion. Okay, any day. I've had roosters track me and chase me to my car. Okay, I'm terrified. Okay, and don't judge me. This is a safe.
Don't judge. I won't allow a rooster on my farm. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So
scary as shit. Okay. I like their eggs though. Someone else could go get them first.
Chickens, not roosters. We don't like rooster eggs.
We don't like. No, that would be weird. That would be odd. All right. I think it's your turn because I shared about my bird fear. They're tiny
bird terror. Oh, does that mean you don't like dinosaurs too?
I don't want one in my backyard.
You don't want a dinosaur in your backyard. I'm gonna put some chickens in my backyard, but again, no roosters. And I'll pen them up if you ever come back to Florida.
No, as long as you don't have a rooster, I'll be fine. It's the ones that are like territorial that piss me off.
Let me see here. We listen and we don't judge. I will sneak out of my house to be with my horse and hide out there so that I don't have to deal with people inside my house.
That sounds actually like it
It's
could be
just
yours.
It does. It reminds me of when like Calvin was a toddler and I would just shut myself in the bathroom for a while for some alone time. It's like that. Just go outside and be like, I'm with my horse right now. Yeah.
Yep, done that. We listen and we don't judge. The amount of times saddle pads have just accidentally delivered to my house.
No.
It's so strange. They just show up.
We listen and we don't judge. I sometimes wake up in the morning, look at my email, and see thank you for your order emails from TAC of the day. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I order? True story.
It's like your late night like vodka self has ordered something, and then the morning refreshed you has been like, oh, what a nice surprise.
I bought a saddle pad and something else last week, but I don't remember what else it was.
Listen, December is a black hole. Honestly, I ordered, my twins have their birthdays in December as well, and so like all is forgiven because I have to order things. And then like my daughter was like, oh, she didn't ask, but I told her. So like I usually try to do the same amount of gifts. So they each got 2 gifts, and one was like sentimental and the other, but they're creative. And anyway, Etsy didn't show up with her second gift, and I realized as I was about to hand it to her that the other one didn't show up, and I forgot to track it with all the holiday craze.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting for it like a month later. But that's fine. Eventually she'll get it and she'll like it, I'm sure.
Etsy has been so slow.
It's probably coming from China, to be honest. Okay, here's we listen and we don't judge. I don't care if my boss marries me into the chickens. They can't see her pinned ears anyway. Okay. It's very, I figured like after my chicken fear, like I would like, yeah, your boss Mare and I are on the same level. It's appreciated. Yeah, it's just, oh, someone else just posted one.
Oh, wow.
It's right at the top.
Oh, it's at, oh, okay.
Yeah. So
no, mine is
real time.
Newest.
Do you want me to do it?
Oh,
you see it?
I've been actually, yeah. We listen and we don't judge. I'll spend thousands on the vet bill, but I won't go to the doctor for myself.
I hear that one a lot.
Of course.
And then we listen and we don't judge. And I'll get my horse massage and chiropractic and pedicures and their teeth done. And then I forget to schedule my annual exam for my, breasts and health
everything,
and annual, all the stuff. So,
all the stuff.
Yeah. That one is very relatable in my opinion.
We listen and we don't judge. I have absolutely no clothes to wear out in public, but I've probably bought 3 pairs of breeches in the past 2 weeks alone.
We listen and we don't judge. I am hoping to have a separate closet just for my casual / riding clothes. And one for my going out to the house clothes. Like they're 2 separate Heather vibes. Right? That's the nice thing about having, my own space is I can have a closet for just my riding gear and my scrubs and one for like, dresses and nice pants.
I love it.
And I feel like you guys aren't going to judge me for that. I feel like you'll be jealous. So
I think everybody is going to be like, send pics, send ideas, inspiration board.
Once I get done with it, I will absolutely document that. Yeah. So do you have any more before?
Yeah. Okay. I have one more. Okay. We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I think about how many rides my horse has gotten between trims and think, wow, I should really do more. Every time I pay for a trim, I get in 3 rides on that trim. Good job.
We listen and we don't judge. My horse gets more exercise and has more fun with his friends than I do.
We listen and we don't judge. Look, my horse's noses go straight to my pockets for a reason.
We listen and we don't judge. My pony ignores me if I haven't been to the barn in a while and makes me earn his affection back.
He judges.
He's like, who are you? I don't know you. I have a new mom now.
We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes Ben gets extra grass time because he just stands at the gate and looks at me entreatingly because he knows I'm standing in the front door watching him.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like my horse has trained me.
He just stands there. He puts his head towards the gate and then he looks at me. Mom. Once I walked across the whole field and stayed out late to bring him back in afterwards when he was done with the field he wanted to go into.
Aw.
I know. I'm such a pushover.
We listen and we don't judge. I work to pay for my horse's board and then have no time to ride.
Wait, that's our mission statement.
I mean, I feel that's like the adult Amy call to action. It's
Yeah. A bumper sticker that says, "Don't tailgate me. I'm crying because I want to ride my horse instead of going to work."
I honestly, that was this year, and I'll tell you, my horse is fit as fuck right now, and I'm almost like too scared to ride him. He's that fit. You know what I mean? Like he is athletic and he's feeling cute.
Yep.
And I don't want to ruin it. With my
I wouldn't want him to ruin me.
Well, it's my like, okay, so I rode yesterday for the first time in like 2 months, and he's been getting training rides once a week, sometimes twice a week, depending on the weather. He is fit. His looks great. He looks amazing. I trotted him down like the quarter line over these ground poles. I got to the end and I was like, I was like, whoa, buddy. Like he was ready. He's like, canter now? And I'm like, or halt and let me catch my breath because I am clearly not fit. So I got some work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Maybe you're next to your closet where your riding clothes go. Just stick an elliptical. Something you can get to easily when you don't have time for the bar. It makes a difference.
No, you know what's funny is like I bought like a walking pad that goes that goes up to like 6 miles an hour so I can quote unquote jog on it. But it's in my office and it's carpeted, so I can't use it. So I bought a walking pad that is now sat here for 6 months completely untouched.
Here I was going to ask you how you liked it because I was going to get one.
Well, first of all, it's awesome. Okay. But it won't, like, I'm afraid I'll start a fire, right? Because of the carpet. So I have to, it's currently on hold until I have my new place.
Yeah.
However, it will be part of my routine because I've been using the vibration plate, which is awesome and has really helped me with my inflammation and everything. So I've been doing, oh my God. So the vibration plate is like really great for bone density because, you know, women tend to lose that over the years.
Yeah.
And for moving lymph through your system and getting your circulation going. I've lost 24 pounds.
What? Are you serious?
Yes. I've lost.
God.
And the only thing I've done different is the vibration plate and like cutting my portions a little bit. And you know, I never ate a lot to begin with. So
no, you mean much less than me. Which
I'm not doing any kind of magic here.
That sounds like magic to me.
Yeah, the vibration plate apparently was created by like NASA scientists to help them when they came back to Earth to like, you know, ground them. And we both know like I'm not very grounded.
No.
So I was like, you know, it was on my TikTok shop and I thought, wow, that looks really cool. And I'm not a sucker, right? So I had a client who was also doing the vibration plate. She's in her 70s and her doctor prescribed it to her because of her lack of bone density and because of like some of her health issues. And it like within a couple of months, it had completely like changed her health.
Oh my God.
So, and it's the easiest thing to do. You stand on it for like 10 to 20 minutes a day. And it helps your digestion. Like it helps you absorb everything. Like I'm telling you, this is your push to go get it because
I didn't even know they made them for people. Like when I worked at Aqueduct, the other trainer in our barn had he had one, and his horses were all insane. So we joked that like they have just vibrated their brains to jelly on his plates. So it might be a tough sell to my husband because he's the one that started that rumor. But
well, they're not that expensive. And I will say, like, It is really it has done wonders for me. Like my ex was laughing at me about it, but now he's gaining weight because he's emotionally eating, and I'm losing weight because I'm losing the stress of being married. So I think we're, something's going right.
Jeez.
Clearly, I'm making good decisions here.
Here I am going to the gym like a fool.
He's going to the gym for 4 hours a day. Like, he'll go to the gym 4 hours a day, and he's gaining weight. And I don't mean
Oh my God.
muscle, okay? Like, I'm going to tell this funny story, and then we'll move on because I don't, So we had to share a bed up in Vermont because we had 7 children up there, right? And so the Vermont cabin is not meant to hold that many people. So we had to share our bed, and it was like a queen, but it's kind of like a full size. It's not really, it's small. And for the first time ever, because he weighs so much, when he would get up to go to the bathroom, the bed frame would seesaw, and the weight of him getting out of the bed would mean that my side dipped horrendously and like would fling me out of the bed.
Oh my God.
And then he would get in and it would fling me into the center. Like I felt like I was on a teeter-totter. And then he had the nerve, and I didn't want to say it was because he's fat. So, I'm not going to fat shame. I've been 50 pounds overweight for the last like 6 years. So I was like, apparently I was in the sleep and going, what the fuck is that? And he's like, stop yelling at me. I'm like asleep as I'm rolling back.
Oh my God. You think that you're like at sea. Like,
that's
being
exactly
tossed.
what it was like, except it was not rhythmic. Okay. Oof. Oh my God. So I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. So I'm really excited to have my own bed.
Jeez.
But the vibration plate, I honestly could not recommend it enough. Like,
you better get an affiliate code before you put this up to
you know what?
to download.
I have like an affiliate page on Amazon. I don't think the last time I used it was like 2018.
Oh man, mine got cut off.
Did it?
Yeah, they said it. I had links where I was supposed to have links, and I was like, "Could you tell me where the links are?" And they ignored me and cut it off. I'm like, "Okay, bye."
Maybe you just didn't disclose. Yeah. Well, I'll post a link if you guys are interested. It's like $150, and honestly, it is probably saved my life because it's totally helping me get rid of this autoimmune, like all that inflammation in my body.
That is incredible.
Yeah, I was really worried about getting cancer. So, and speaking of, I know we talked about a negative thing. I don't know. Have you been watching our Facebook at all? Taylor, one of our Clubhouse members, has been in the hospital all of December with like a mystery illness and a coma.
Have talked to her. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give a shout out to her. Like, she's awake. She's doing better. They diagnosed her. And one of the amazing things is, like, I noticed how like positive she was through the whole thing.
Incredible.
She's lost so much of her memory, but she never forgot the horses. And I just think that's awesome. Like, like, what a horse girl.
She is the most upbeat person.
Right?
I can't even comprehend. She's telling me, "Oh, I highly recommend Amnesia. I get to reread all of my favorite books for the first time." Like, oh my God. You are a marvel.
How much you loved them. And
no, what if you hate them the second time around? See, we just look for the worst in everything.
Yeah, but she is so positive.
She is the opposite. Yeah, she's like, this is great.
I know.
It's just incredible. She's Mrs. Brightside.
I know. So I'm just really happy that she's doing well. So I just wanted to give her like a little shout out on the podcast because
for sure,
like amazing, and
her sharing her journey.
Yeah,
like she's been sharing in the podcast group and in the HRN auditors podcast group, like so much really, kind of personal medical stuff, and she's sharing her journey, and I think that's really powerful and bold and brave of her.
Yeah,
you rock, Taylor. You rock.
Taylor rocks. So, so we appreciate her. And for anybody listening out there, if you're wondering what the heck we're talking about, like, just join our Clubhouse. You don't even, have to be active on Facebook so much. Just open a profile and then just add one group. And that's the Facebook Adulting with Horses Clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's a fun group and we won't spam you.
It's such a fun group. There's just like occasional thirst trap videos.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes if we have a free book, we'll mention it, and otherwise we just talk nonsense because
horse girl nonsense.
Yeah, horse girl nonsense. Because Facebook is a flaming disaster AI cesspool. Yeah, and so if you just hit groups at the bottom of your app and you only look at your groups, then you don't have to see all of the flaming cesspool AI nonsense.
And you
You
don't
can
have
just talk
to,
about horses.
yeah, and you don't have to friend anybody. Like you can come on and just be, a
I highly
silent,
encourage you not to friend people because
because then you have to unfriend them later and it gets awkward.
or just remember to hit unfollow because you don't really know them.
And I've started doing this unfollow train. So every time someone at everyone or at highlights or and then I get all these notifications of stuff I really don't give a fuck about, you automatically get unfriended. I'm sorry. Like I don't do that to people. I don't do that to people. Like that's spammy. I don't like it.
Don't at me.
Don't at me.
Not like that.
Not
at everyone.
Yeah, not at everybody. If you have something you want me to pay attention to and it's like, oh, hey, Heather Wallace, have you seen this? I think you would like this thirst trap. The answer is yes. I appreciate that. Thank you. But if it's like, oh, hey, at everybody, did you know that I'm selling my, 4-year-old's Greenbroke horse? No, I don't know and I don't care. Thank you. So, yes. I know.
Basically. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's too many notifications, people.
Too many.
There's too many notifications in this world. There's too many ways for people to message. There's too many inboxes. There's too much.
Well,
too much.
I have a funny thing. So Anna Rashbook, who's in charge of the Horse Book for Grownups group on Facebook. We did like an author takeover day, like an advent calendar in December. And she goes, they send you a notification to join as an admin. I have so many notifications. I never saw it. She had to redo it. I even went through thousands of notifications, guys. Thousands. And I gotta be honest, I mostly ignore them because it's so overwhelming. So yeah, I did that. But also as a segue, which is really funny, this is kind of like a cute little adulting win, not for me, but for my pony. I did like the takeover day and I posted a picture of Ferris because he's iconic. And I was like, this is my pony Ferris and this is when I got him. And I was doing this little thing and like 7 people were like, oh my God, is that Ferris from The Timid Rider? And I was like, oh my God, he's so excited. Like no one recognized me. Okay, FYI.
Oh my God.
But I never got offended. But I was like, oh my God, they know my pony. Like how cute is that?
Can merge some brands too. That's always helpful.
Ferris would absolutely request like a percentage, albeit like alfalfa or like he would have to see the gains. Like
10% of every purchase is donated to Ferris's treat fund. I mean, it's 100% anyway, because what are we spending all this money on?
Yeah.
All our riches. It's all just paying for horse feed anyway.
That's basically it. It just all my money goes there. So yeah, but I thought that was super cute. I was like, yeah, that's us.
It's Ferris, the champion.
He's iconic. That's all I gotta say. So, do you have an adulting win of the week besides going to Disney for the 17th time?
Disney is 17th time. I got through all of the holidays. Look, holidays are tough for me. I was raised in a very complicated anti-holiday fashion, and then everyone in my life did an about face. It was like, no, now we're super into holidays, and that's very confusing for me to this day. And so I don't do it. I'm not great at holidays. I don't enjoy holidays. I wish holidays would go away. But I have a lot of people relying on me for like their mental health says I need to be a part of this like family thing. And so I do the things and I say yes to things that I would not say yes to ordinarily.
Like the podcast.
Like matching shirts. I did refuse matching pajamas. I absolutely refused the family pajama train thing. I'm not doing it. You cannot make me. I'm standing up for myself when it comes to pajamas. Yeah. But there was stuff that I, was like, okay, for various people that I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And I made it through unselfishly. Now I can go back to being selfish. I can go back to only thinking about myself. I'm happy about this.
Yeah, that's your neutral. That's your happy place.
when I retreat to neutral, it's like everybody is left on red. I make no apologies, and I say no or I ghost.
I mean, I really feel like you just summed up my 2024. Damn you! Why are we so alike?
I know. Well,
yeah. I mean,
why?
I mean, honestly, I think that's one of the reasons I wasn't going to the barn so much. It was like I was just ghosting everybody. Like I was just in hermit mode for 2024, right? Like only focusing on the things I had to. So anyway, this exciting start to 2025. Again, not setting any goals. I'm not setting any intentions this year. I'm just going to go ahead and be, what is the affirmation? Be at rest in the place that I am, or at peace in the place that I am. And we'll just kind of see what happens.
See where you find yourself.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be a very interesting year.
Yeah. Yeah. In a lot of ways.
Exactly. But, well, I'm excited. We'll get back into a regular schedule with the podcast, everybody. I know, you know, the end of 2024 was a little crazy because we ghosted you too. But we're back.
I can only answer so many requests for my attention before I have run out of space. So
exactly.
I had to move my family up the priority line, as did you.
Yeah.
And now we can put each other back in high priority.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So well, I do appreciate you, Natalie, and I'm excited to see what happens this year for us.
Me too. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.